This is my new Festool TS55 track saw, and this is a video about the workbench I made to help me get the most out of this saw in a small workshop.
Most of the time the table will sit tucked away behind my table saw and act as my outfeed table. I designed it to be exactly 3/4 inches lower than the height of my table saw, so I can use a piece of MDF with slots mitered into it to push up against the table saw and act as my outfeed table. As you can see, this workbench is equipped with brackets, and the brackets are on both sides. They're very sturdy brackets. I got them off Amazon for $18 each. They're made by J&V. When deployed, they make a perfect 90 degrees so that when they're deployed, the table surface is absolutely flat. And these brackets are what really make this table versatile and functional in a small workshop. On this side, they support my outfeed piece of MDF and allow me to clear the motor on my table saw. And with the table in this position, lower the blade on my table saw, I can deploy these brackets on this side and put a piece of 3/4 inch foam down. Gives me a pretty big workspace, and now I can cut panel work that would be very difficult to cut on a table saw with the bench in this position with my track saw. And this is, designed to be plunged into. It'll support the workpiece. It's flat with everything. And it's not quite big enough to be cutting or ripping 4x8 sheets of plywood. I'll show you how I do that in a little bit. For cutting up larger pieces of plywood, the workbench can be moved out to the garage. To accommodate a full 4x8 sheet of plywood, I designed this lattice work, which can be pretty easily erected. It takes me about a minute to set it up. When fully erected, I have a 4-foot by 8-foot flat work surface for dealing with full-size sheets of plywood. And like the foam, I don't mind if the saw blade plunges into these because they're designed to be replaceable. I've had some people question the stability of this in dealing with heavy pieces of plywood, 3/4 inch. And I can see why, because it looks like it just sits on top of here and moves around, but it doesn't. The outer rails are notched, as you can see here, and they fit over the brackets, and that provides a significant amount of stability, so it does not move around from side to side. And it hasn't moved on me with loading 4x8 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood. It's very, very stable. So the addition of this workbench and the Festool track saw have really expanded the capabilities of my workshop, and I can now easily deal with large pieces of panel work. And it's going to be helpful in my upcoming project this fall. I'm redoing my entire kitchen with custom cabinets. Until I discovered the capabilities of this Festool track saw, I thought that the ultimate solution for my workshop for dealing with large pieces of plywood would be one of those big panel saws they have at Home Depot or Lowe's for cutting up plywood for customers. But that's a tool that would take up a whole wall and probably cost minimum $3,000. But with this saw, basically, I found that you've got the same capabilities of that and then some. This can be easily stowed away, but you're not limited like you are with a panel saw, cutting straight horizontal or vertical cuts. With this you can cut out any angle, but also you can do compound miter cuts as well. And the cuts with this saw are absolutely finished quality. They are ready to glue right after the cut. So I hope that this has inspired some ideas for your workshop or given you some solutions for your small workshop. Thanks for watching.